Hello, hello. An advice from you, from Spirit. What is the message? I have no idea. No idea. I was in a bit, each and every reading is, of course, an advice for you from the universe, from Spirit, from God, whatever you believe in. So yeah, each and every time or we tarot readers do a reading, we come with advices that maybe the universe wants you to focus upon. But this time I wasn't very specific. I was in a bit lack of inspiration. Yeah, a little bit lack of inspiration. So, yeah, this reading is just an advice from Spirit to you. So, whatever the advice that you need to hear, I hope this will help you. If there is something that you have a situation that you are in, or maybe something that you have been thinking about. I have no idea how this will pan out, but as always, take it as it resonates within your own life, because if the message doesn't resonate for yourself, then it's no point in listening to the advice. So, yeah, let's see. Look at the cards. Yes, as always, I pulled out a couple of oracle cards, different messages on each card, of course. An advice, un consejo para usted, an advice for you. Lack of inspiration. I don't know, I had some preoccupied mind the last 2 days because something that you think just goes naturally. It has been an error with a payment from my bank, and usually when I click accept on this payment, it usually goes automatically without any troubles at all. And I thought now that we are out of Mercury retrograde that we wouldn't have to have these technological issues anymore. But yeah, maybe there is something about the energy that still is lingering a little bit over us. Maybe it takes some time before this energy is totally finished. I don't know, but yeah. So I got a message about don't worry about stupid things. So let's see. Maybe there's something about going with the flow. Yeah, master the dance. This is absolutely going with the flow of life. This is the last card in this oracle card deck, and I talked about this card a couple of times before. It's very rare that this card actually comes out in a reading. I don't know why. But this is, of course, about completing a cycle. You have mastered the dance, as it says, and we have the master number 44. And we, at least as I recall, without sounding stupid, I think that the 4/4 is about the angels have, or the universe has heard your prayers. And yeah, you are one and more aligned with the universe. Maybe this is it's very, very focused upon the third eye here. Maybe it's because you are listening more to your intuition and letting your intuition intuitively guide you towards your destination in life. Maybe this is about your life path. I don't know. I highly encourage you to watch my videos that I have done with messages for the life path numbers. So if you know your life path number, you can watch those that video after you have watched this, for example. Or I have lately I've been a little bit more interested in the symbol of your name. And of course you can figure this out through numerology. You can ask, of course, I asked AI if they could count this out within numerology, what my path is due to my name. Or you can ask it, what is the significant meaning of your name? And when you understand this, I have two names, and it's interesting that these two names are balancing themselves out in a perfect way, actually. So yeah, maybe that is something for you to consider, to look more into. Or maybe I suddenly heard have more music within your life. Maybe you should do some dancing rituals. If you don't like dance, just at least move your body to the rhythm of music that you like. Or sing with a song that you like, so you start to vibrate even higher. Let's look at the other card. It's so interesting. We're talking about dancing. Look at this. Here we are, dancing. It's an old dancing act. So here we have honor the lineage. Honor the lineage is, of course, about honoring your ancestors, the ancestral heritage that you have. And with this, I don't mean the bad things. You know, within each and every culture, there are always, unfortunately, bad things. Yes. So this is the good things within your lineage. Maybe some of them were good at dancing. I don't know. Or maybe they were just very had a very fit body, you know. I have to think a little bit about this. So the good things within the lineage. I was thinking about the indigenous from, for example, North America, Samer, Inuits on Greenland. You know, they have preserved their rituals, you know, by the Same is called yoik. It sounds like, of course, like the Native Americans, the indigenous from North America, when they are chanting, you know, like the chanting in a shamanistic way. It's only the sound waves, you know. You can see the waves here. And we have all watched previously old cowboys and Indian movies. And I know that you don't like using the word Indian. I'm sorry about that, but in the old days, yeah. So cowboys and Native Americans, you know, when we see the rituals the Native Americans are doing, dancing in front of around a bonfire, for example, preparing themselves for hunting, or preparing themselves for, I don't know, winter season. Let's see, an advice. Oh, you're reaching towards success. So what is this advice? We're reaching for success, but I'm not sure if I understand the message. Spirit, what is the advice? Except from listening to your ancestors, maybe be more aware and concerned about the heritage from your ancestors. That is one thing. And being, of course, in the flow with life. But what is this? We're reaching for success, reaching for the stars. Maybe the Six of Wands isn't necessarily this the reach of success, but maybe it's focused on your star family, because this guy is reaching for a star here. So maybe there is something about aligning with your star family now. You have come here with a mission. So maybe you are like me. Maybe our tarot reader, healer. You read energy, like myself. I do channeling from Virgin Mary. I've done that continuously now for, I'm not sure how long I have done this now. The last 6 or 7 months. And it's very interesting, because I had never, I must admit, I had never been interested in the Spanish language, because I think it's a little bit harsh, you know. They talk very fast, and they have very punctuation on the R's, and yeah. But talking about the lineage, my uncle, he did a research about our family background, and surprisingly, we have ancestors from Costa Rica. So I have the Spanish language, the Latino, within me, without knowing it. And I guess that there are more Spanish blood in my lineage on both sides of the family, because my grandmother, she was from the coast, and of course we traded a lot with the Spanish, because they were interested in dried cod to use in their bacalao. And yeah, so there is something about the lineage. So when I started learning Spanish, it surprised me how maybe in somewhat way how easy it sounded to me, at least some of it, and I blend very easily in with the natives here where I live. So that is a very interesting thing. Okay. Wow. So I don't know, I had this advice of yours. I have to think about this advice, Spirit. We see a key. This card came out in the previous reading that I did, message from the Christmas tree. So there is something about you have the key within yourself. This looks like within your dreams. The key is within your dreams. Within your mind. Time to manifest your dream. Make your dream come true. I don't know. Okay, so the King of Cups wants to come out, so we'll have him, and we have 10 of Wands also lurking. But yeah, we'll have him on the side here. He wants to take part. Let's see the other first. Ace of Wands, the World, ooh, completion, and the last one, Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Cups on the side. So what is the advice? This card is it has two messages. The first one is, of course, being aware of the signs and synchronicities, the symbols that are being shown to you now. Maybe this is through your dreams with the feathers here. Not sure I can see quite clearly if it's a dream catcher or somewhat. And we just left the last quarter moon. When I'm shooting this is just before the full moon. So maybe you took some action with the first quarter moon that we had now. Maybe you have been working with crystals, or maybe you should work with crystals throughout this period of time, from now until the last quarter moon. Of course. So yeah, work with crystals, and maybe you should now, with the full moon, recharge your crystals in the moonlight, and be aware of your vivid dreams, and be aware of the signals that the universe is, you know, this is like a flashing light. In the old days, you know, this was one way that they could give messages to each other from a distance, and of course with the smoke signals. That is at least one thing that we know that the indigenous used a lot, you know. So with this, of course, you have mastered the dance. You are at a pivot point of starting something new. This is, of course, about completing a cycle. And look at the eggs. The eggs are not hatched, right? So there is something about preparation for birth. A preparation for birth. So ignite your inner light. Ignite your inner light, prepare for this birth, and watch now the signs and synchronicities that are being shown to you from now until the last quarter moon. And keep yourself emotional stable with the Knight of Cups. Keep yourself emotional stable. And maybe this is something about something will be offered. Keep your cup open. I heard with this. That is the advice. Keep your cup open, because we are ready to pour. We are ready to pour your wishes into this cup. So you have to be balanced emotionally, ground yourself, and look at signs, maybe also from if you feel like there is an ancestor that want to give you a message, listen to it now. Okay, so yeah, that is the advice for this moment of time. Very interesting. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in another reading very soon. Bye for now.